What is up, YouTube? It is Boomer DLD here, coming at you guys with another video. And in today's video, we have a very exciting idea that I hope will help a lot of you out. So in my videos, I've been getting a lot of comments of how I can make profit in trades. And I feel like this video will really help you guys out if you're struggling with trading. Before we get into the top 10, I would like to say thank you for Slinky for the idea for this video. He commented down below, and I did my research, and I did off personal experience what I felt were the top 10 best items to trade to flip for profit. Now, what that means is you buy them for the price and you make the most profit margin off these particular items. So, for example, say one of these items was a white Apex, which is not. Say you bought it for like 40 keys. I know it's not worth 40 keys. And then you sold it for 60 keys. Like that margin, it's like whichever ones have the biggest profit margin and the easiest ones to sell to do that profit margin. So that's what the basis of this video is. And before we get this done, I would like to remind you guys that the submission forms for the Rocket League Trading League are in the description. There's about a month or two of submission time. I want to get as much submissions as possible, so I'll keep the form in the description. So make sure to sign up for that. And with that said, these are in no order is also what I want to say. There is no particular order from best to worst. I just couldn't put these in order. I just made 10. And another thing I would like to say about this list is I could make 10 mystery decals or 10 gold explosions, 10 black markets is what I'm saying. Any 10 black markets, and they would all probably be realistic top 10 items. Black markets as a whole are really good to flip, but I wanted to narrow it down to the top 5, and then the other ones are not black markets so that you can know some non-black market items you can flip, as well as the best 5 black markets to flip. But in all honesty, black markets are so easy to flip. Like, you can buy all of them for 1 key under their minimum price and sell it for the max price. So that's good, like 3 key profit off any of them. So they're really easy to flip. But I wanted to make sure this video wasn't just completely black markets. So let's get right into our first item, we're going to start with the black markets. Our first item is going to be Fire God. And the reason I made this one first is because you've seen me go from nothing to it. So I've shown you how you can get Fire God without even like paying. I obviously overpaid for it. But what I've realized is the price range of Fire God at the making of this video is 14.5 keys to 16 keys. And there are people that are willing to sell you this Fire God for 13 or 14 keys, which is really, really cheap. And sometimes you can even get it for a heat wave and a 3-key ad, which is so good. But what I'm trying to say is you can get it for 13 to 14. That's the original price. And with this Fire God, I know so many people that are willing to buy it for 15 keys in ads, 16 keys, sometimes even 16 keys in ads, or if you're really lucky, there'll be an overpay who'll even give 17 keys for Fire God. I've seen it happen. I've not done 17 in my life, but I've done 16 so many times. Like, this is a great way to make profit. So I showed you guys how to go from nothing to Fire God, and this is how you can make profit using that Fire God. The second item that we have is related to Fire God, in my opinion, based on what they look like, which is Heat Wave. Heat Wave is like the iconic standard of market. Heat Wave will never drop too far below what it is right now. It is at its bottom it's ever been. I doubt it'll ever drop too much lower because it's just a cool decal. Everyone uses it. And on Xbox, it used to be the standard for trading. How many heats you could get for an item. So Heat Wave, it's worth 9 to 10, or actually no, at the time of this video, it's worth 10 to 11. At one point, it was 9 to 10, though. It's worth 10 to 11. Obviously, these prices are all PS4, but I know people that for 9 keys in ads, 10 keys, 9 keys, you can pick up a Heat Wave. And the thing with Heat Wave is the best way to sell it is 10 keys in ads. Maybe if you want to, you can take that extra key with 11, but sometimes you're buying it for 10. But you'll find that people will give such good ads for Heat Wave. I don't know why, but it's this one decal that seems to generate the best ads for me. Another word, just so you guys know what it means. If you don't know what ads means, ads are like extra items that add extra value to the trade. So if you traded a Heat Wave for 10 keys in ads, that would be Heat Wave for 10 keys and maybe some painted infiniums and blah, 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 like extra items to add value. But I find with Heat Wave that if you buy it for 9 keys or 10 keys, that you can sell it back for 11 keys or 10 keys, and they give the best ads. I always ask for 10 keys in ads instead of 11 keys just for this decal. All right, third item on the list is going to be Bubbly, and Bubbly might be the best pure key to pure key one. Bubbly, I can find buyers for Bubbly at 7 and 8 keys so easily. There's so many people just looking to get rid of their bubblies. It's worth 9 to 10 on PS4 right now, but I can pick it up for 7 or 8 keys so easily off Rocket Garage. And there's people that will give you a heat wave for bubbly. And if you remember what we said in the last trade, or in the last last number where we talked about heat wave can go for 10 keys and ads. So if you're turning 7 or 8 keys into 10 keys and those really good ads, that's really good profit. Though that trade's a little harder to find, the bubbly for heat wave, but even a bubbly and you give an extra key for that heat wave, you're still making insane profit if you bought that bubbly for 7 or 8 keys. It's like a heat wave for 8 or 9 keys. It's a great way to get a heat wave. So I find that trade is really, really successful, to turn bubblies into heat waves after buying the bubblies for cheap. That's what the use of a bubbly is, in my opinion. You also can probably find it for 9 or 10 key cells. So bubbly's another really good one. The last unpainted mystery decal that we have on this list is going to be Dissolver, and there's one reason why, and this is probably the best item on the list. The thing about Dissolver is, at the time of this video, it is worth 33 to 35 keys. And Dissolver is found everywhere. You don't realize how many people actually do have a Dissolver. Because, let's be honest here, it's the coolest looking decal in the game. I mean, I guess it's an opinion, but I feel like the majority of the community agrees with that. So the thing with the Dissolver is it's not too much keys. Like, you can go from nothing to Dissolver pretty fair. I don't want to say easily, but like, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. But it's also worth a solid amount of keys that flipping it doesn't just generate 3 keys. Here's what the mindset is going into it. I would buy a Dissolver from anywhere to 33 keys and under, straight up. Maybe 33 is a push, but 32 and under, that underprice. The thing with Dissolver, just like Heatwave, I can find people that are willing to offer me 35 keys flat, 36 keys flat. I've had someone who offered me 40 keys flat, which is 5 keys above the max price, which I just find crazy. Like, this guy just, like, the decal looks so good, so demand for it is insane. Like, there's never been an item in Rocket League besides maybe Heatwave that has had demand like this Dissolver does. But the other thing, like Heatwave, I've found people who give amazing ads on Dissolver, and sometimes it's just a no pure key offer. Like, maybe they'll give like 4 Heatwaves for Dissolver. Like, just the item offer is so good. So Dissolver, pick it up for cheap key value. See if you can get a good pure key return, but if you can't, ask for item offers or keys and ads, and you will find insane offers on your Dissolver. Trust me on that one. Dissolver and Heatwave generate such good offers. All right, the last black market that we have on this list, remember I said 5 and 5, is painted actually, and it's a titanium white mainframe. And I thought about taking this out of the list because, like, it's titanium white mainframe. Like, not everyone can afford a titanium white mainframe, but I decided to keep it on here. And the reason with that is a lot of people want to get rid of it fast because they see that it's worth a lot, but it's also a painted decal, so they feel like its price is going to drop really, really fast. So with the painted mainframe, at the time of this video, it's worth 82 to 91 keys. And what that means is I have literally found people asking for like 50 keys in a Dissolver, or like more like 45 keys in a Dissolver for this mainframe, which is really good actually, because the mainframe, there's people on, if you go on Rocket Garage, that'll literally give 90 plus keys for the mainframe. So if you can pick it up anywhere below 80 keys, that's 10 key profit. And I feel like this one just takes patience. It's not going to be an insane amount of offers, but if you're patient with it and you buy it for, like, say you bought it for 78 keys, if you wait long enough, you'll get 85 keys plus, I promise you. The thing you have to be careful with, this is why I almost didn't include it, is its price can drop. Because it's a painted decal, its price is so high, it's new. Like, if a new crate came out with new painted decals, I want to say I guarantee it'll drop like 30 keys in value. It's never happened before because this is the first set of painted decals we've had with this and wet paint, but like, I just feel like it would. But I don't think there's any more painted decals coming out anytime soon. So for like the next month or so, until the January crates come out, I feel like you'll be safe trading this mainframe if you can do that profit. The other thing is you need the amount of keys that it's worth, and it's worth a lot of keys. All right, we got 2 sets now coming up. The first one is going to be painted octanes. Painted octanes as a whole are so easy to do because octane's their favorite car. Any color octane except for burnt sienna, and maybe you can just include orange, but I honestly have found profit doing orange. Only thing I would do a burnt sienna octane for is like a ton of terrible low value items. Like I would never put a key in, never. Because I have not found someone who's given me 2 keys for a burnt sienna octane. They're only worth 1 to 2. But I have found people that'll give a key for them. But with the rest of the octanes, buy it anything below the minimum price, and you can sell it at the average price pretty easily. So my example is going to be Sky Blue Octane, worth 7 to 9. Buy it anything for 6 and below, and you can sell it for 8 keys fairly easily. I don't even worry about ads. With these octanes, I just go pure keys to pure keys. And you'll see how easy it is to find and sell these, and it just really chips your keys up real fast. With titanium white octane, that's the exception. It's worth a lot. What I like to do is put a chunk of my items together and not give pure keys for that octane, and then it's worth 70 to 75 at the making this video, and I'll literally sell it for 68 to 70 keys flat at the end. So I try to do like 70 keys worth of items. And what that does is let you sell the items that are hard to sell in your collection up to a nice octane that sells for pure keys fairly easily. All right, moving on to the next set. I'm trying not to make this video drag on too long, but I want to elaborate on how these trades really work in their best ways. So the next set is going to be the Painted Draco set. In this set, all colorways of the Draco work. The titanium white at the time of this video are only worth 28 to 32. So nothing's too expensive. But the point is, you just buy it for lower than its minimum price. And with these ones, sell it at the average price. So Forest Green Dracos are my example. They're worth 7 to 9. Buy it for anything 6 and below. Sell it for 8. Beautiful profit, like on any of them. The ones that are worth like 3 to 4, try to get 3 keys and ads. That's my suggestion. But I feel like if you hold on long enough, you could get that 4 keys for the buyer that really wants those Dracos. So that's it for the sets. We have 3 more items. 2 of them are more broad. One of them is straight up, so I'm going to start with the straight up one. And that is a unpainted Apex. Do not mess with painted Apexes unless they're titanium white. And I felt that those were too expensive to list in this video because like they're just the most expensive item that's like realistic on PS4. So I felt like everyone knew that that's an item to work for. But the other painted Apexes, I don't find those easy to move. But the unpainted Apex, if you can buy it for a key, you've seen in my videos, I've gotten black markets back for. So that's literally getting a key for a black market. It's the easiest trade to do. I find so many people that are willing to give me an Apex for a key, and I just feel like it's just such a good deal. And one time I've gotten an Apex for a key, and then I traded the Apex back for a black market plus an anodized, and the black market was like a solar flare, I think, that's a 4-key deal right there. So I was so happy with that. So Apexes are the best thing you can buy with your 1 key, in my opinion. No, like you can't add that. It's just best thing you can buy with a key. Moving on, these are 2 more broad ones and 2 ones you probably weren't thinking of. Maybe the first one. The second one you were definitely not thinking of. First one is non-crate very rares as a whole. Any non-crate very rare, obviously, because they're just used for trade-ups. The thing you can do with them is you can buy them 3 non-crate very rares for 1 key, sell them back 5 non-crate very rares for 2 keys. There's a lot of things you can do with them. That's what my standard form that works the best. If you can get 4 non-crate very rares for a key, that really works, and then sell them back 3 for 1. But here is my trick with the non-crate very rares. You've seen it in a lot of my nothing to somethings. I take a key and ask for like 8 imports or exotics, which it takes a while, but what you want to do is say I have a key, want offers, and then you just have them add the imports in, because if you say 8 imports, it just sounds like so much. But really, eventually people will do it, 6 to 8. But then I take these imports and sell them for 1 or 2 non-crate very rares each, and in the end, it turns that 1 key into like 3 keys off these non-crate very rares. So that's what I do with non-crate very rares. The last item is any crate that's brand new. So as soon as the Triumph crates come out, as soon as the Elevation crates, any crate, as soon as it comes out, the day it comes out, it's worth like 3 keys. Let's be real here. Everyone wants that crate. Everyone wants to open it. It's worth like 3 keys. This is not including seasonal crates, like the Golden Gifts, like the Spring Fever crates. Not including those. It is only including brand new crates that are like Elevation, Accelerator, those kind of things. When they come out, you buy them for a key less than what people are commonly buying, sell them for that key price. Or if they're selling for 1 key flat, you buy 2 for 1, and you make so much profit. This is how I built up my original collection. I literally had nothing except a Triumph crate that I won from a game. I sold the Triumph crate for 1 key, and I kept buying 2 Triumph crates for a key and selling them back. That's my original trade. This one's like hits me at the heart because this is how I built my collection. And this is how I built enough keys to do that 50 key giveaway. So Actually, it wasn't a Triumph crate. What crate was it? It was... I don't remember what crate it was, to be honest with you. I said Triumph, but it's not Triumph. Triumphs were out for a while when I began trading. I'm not sure. But with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Or subscribe if you're new. A lot of you are already subscribed, which is great. And remember, the submission form is in the description. And thank you guys for watching. This is Boomer DLD, ending the video off here.